Dario explicitly said Claude 3.5 Sonnet was trained like 9 months or a
9
year
to
ago.
10 months ago,
9 to 10
Claude
months
was.
ago, and I think it took them another, like, handful of months to release it, right? So it's like there is a significant gap here, right? And especially with reasoning models, the word in the San Francisco street is that, like, Anthropic has a better model than O3, right? And they won't release it. Why? Because chains of thought are scary, right? And they are legitimately scary, right? If you look at R1, it flips back and forth between Chinese and English. Sometimes it's gibberish, and then the right answer comes out.
So, is this actually true? Does Anthropic have a secret reasoning model that is better than OpenAI's O3 and that they are scared to release? While there's no concrete proof, based on some of the moves Anthropic has been making and based on some of the wild things their CEO Dario Amodei has been saying recently, it's all kind of pointing in that direction. Before we get into it though, who were those two guys from the beginning? Well, this is Nathan Lambert, a research scientist at the Allen Institute for AI. You might have heard of it before. It's a non-profit founded by Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen, dedicated to building fully open source AI for the common good. And this is Dylan Patel, the founder of Semi-Analysis. Semi-Analysis being a research and analysis company specializing in semiconductors, GPUs, CPUs, and more. So having actually watched the full podcast episode that this clip is from, it is clear that these guys are deeply involved in the latest AI research and very in tune with what's going on in the AI space behind closed doors. That being said, we still cannot confirm their claims with 100% certainty. But as I said earlier, based on some of the moves Anthropic has been making, along with what their CEO has been saying recently, it kind of seems like Anthropic really is ahead of everyone else. For example, they just launched the Anthropic Economic Index, a new initiative aimed at understanding AI's impact on the economy over time. We'll touch on this more later in the video, but do you think that this is something an AI company would start to look into once they've developed models capable of disrupting the economy? And not only has Anthropic already looked into it, but they've created a first-of-its-kind economic index to essentially track how AI automates and augments parts of the economy. They're also looking to expand their societal impacts team so they can better understand the way AI has and will affect society. What I think is even more of a sign that Anthropic has some serious models behind closed doors that they are not ready to share with the public is how confidently their CEO, Dario Amodei, talks about the future of AI progress.
Because of this critical period, right? I think I maybe didn't come earlier in this interview, but in other interviews I've said 2026, 2027 is the critical window. And if you're ahead then, the models start getting better than humans at everything, including AI design, including making using AI to make better AI, including making AI to, using AI to make all kinds of intelligence and defense technologies. I think this is pretty important.
He further confirms this timeline of 2026 to 2027 being the moment we achieve AGI in a recent essay he wrote about the whole DeepSeek situation. In this essay, he states, making AI that is smarter than almost all humans at almost all things will require millions of chips, tens of billions of dollars at least, and is most likely to happen in 2026 to 2027. And then again, just yesterday at the Paris AI Action Summit, he stated, possibly by 2026 or 2027, and almost certainly no later than 2030, the capabilities of AI systems will be best thought of as akin to an entirely new state, populated by highly intelligent people appearing on the global stage, a country of geniuses in a data center, with the profound economic, societal, and security implications that would bring. So he seems to be sticking to this 2026 to 2027 prediction, which is literally in just 1 to 2 years. Now, why would he all of a sudden be so confident in this timeline and start spreading it all over the place if he didn't truly believe it? There must be something he saw that convinced him we are only a few years away, and I believe that thing could be their internal reasoning model that they aren't talking about. Of course, there could also be other factors at play here, like his incentives to secure investment, but Dario Amodei never really struck me as that type. He seems like he genuinely believes what he's saying, and Anthropic being the heavily safety-focused AI firm that it is, I mean, it was literally created by ex-OpenAI researchers who left due to safety concerns, makes it even more plausible that they would be hesitant to release a model more powerful than O3. Anyways, that is why I think it's very likely Anthropic has some super capable secret model that outperforms OpenAI's O3, and which they likely won't release until they deem it safe enough. You may recall from one of my past videos, we covered the fact that OpenAI's O3 model was deemed the first ever medium security risk model by OpenAI themselves. It scored a medium risk for generating CBRN weapons, which stands for chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear weapons, low risk for cybersecurity threats, and medium risk for persuasion and model autonomy. OpenAI further mentioned that they will only deploy models that are medium risk or below, and won't even develop further models that are above high risk. So if O3 Mini is medium risk, then you can assume O3 will also at least be medium risk, and so then a model that is even better than O3 may very well be towing the line of high risk, especially in categories like model autonomy. But what do you guys think? Do you think Anthropic actually has an internal model that is better than OpenAI's O3, and that they are scared to release it for safety reasons? Or do you think this is just an exaggerated rumor going around? Let me know in the comments. Now, for this next part of the video, we'll dive a little bit deeper into Anthropic's new economic index. So if you're interested in how AI may affect the economy, and which jobs specifically it is affecting right now, then you're going to want to stick around for this. We'll start first with another statement from Dario Amodei, again from the recent Paris AI Action Summit, that gives us a good sense of the perspective Anthropic is taking on this situation. He states, while AI has the potential to dramatically accelerate economic growth throughout the world, it also has the potential to be highly disruptive. A country of geniuses in a data center could represent the largest change to the global labor market in human history. A first step is to monitor and observe the economic impacts of today's AI systems. That's why this week we released the Anthropic Economic Index, which tracks the distribution of economic activities for which people are currently using our AI systems, including whether they augment or automate current human tasks. He also mentions that there is a need for governments to use their much greater resources to do similar measurement and monitoring, and eventually to enact policy focused on ensuring that everyone shares in the economic benefits of very powerful AI. So jumping right into it, here are the main findings from the Economic Index's first paper. Today, usage of AI is concentrated in software development and technical writing tasks. Over 1/3 of occupations, roughly 36%, see AI use in at least a quarter of their associated tasks, while approximately 4% of occupations use it across 3/4 of their associated tasks. So 1/3 of all jobs see some type of AI use in at least 25% of their tasks, and 4% of all jobs see AI use in more than 75% of their tasks. AI use leans more toward augmentation, 57%, where AI collaborates with and enhances human capabilities, compared to automation, 43%, where AI directly performs tasks. This one was honestly kind of surprising to me. I would have thought the augmentation percentage would be higher, because I mean, we still haven't even really seen AI agents yet, besides OpenAI's Operator and Deep Research, which are still in very early stages. My prediction would be that this percentage skews more towards automation as agents arrive in the workforce. And finally, AI use is more prevalent for tasks associated with mid to high wage occupations, like computer programmers and data scientists, but is lower for both the lowest and highest paying roles. This likely reflects both the limits of current AI capabilities, as well as practical barriers to using the technology. So more specifically, the majority of this AI use is being seen in software engineering roles, in tasks such as developing and maintaining software, debugging code, and data management and analysis. Another big sector where we are seeing relatively heavy AI use in is arts and media, where writers and editors are likely using it to brainstorm and augment their work. Also in education, as well as office and administrative work. So a lot of white collar roles. Now, as they said, most of this AI use is being used to augment humans rather than automate or replace humans, at least for now. And the majority of jobs being affected right now are mid to high wage occupations, while the lower wage roles and the highest paying roles remain relatively unaffected. So I don't know if that really says much, but definitely an interesting thing to keep track of. I think what Anthropic has done here is pretty incredible. We kind of have like a reference now for how AI is affecting the labor force in real time. This will definitely be something we refer back to in the future as AI continues to seep into the economy and they continue to monitor its impact. Anyways, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I don't usually make these kinds of videos, so let me know what you thought. Also, again, do you guys think Anthropic actually has an internal model that outperforms O3, or am I reading too deep into this? Drop your thoughts below and I'll see you in the next one.